catchphrase line.
Was it? I didn't do it.
I didn't do it because he turned around and got super famous from his one-liner. He had his 15 minutes of fame.
Was that the "I do what I feel like" guy? Or was that a different episode?
I don't know.
All right.
You're asking me too many questions. Are we actually live?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Sounds made up.
Welcome back. It's been a month. Are we back? It says...
I don't see us.
I don't see us.
Oh, it said we were live for 20 seconds, and now it says we've been live for 7 seconds, so... I don't know.
Oh. How many seconds have we been live now? I still don't see live, sir. I see 0 seconds of the live. But if we are live, welcome back. It's been a month. We're not live. I'm going to say this over and over again until we are.
Keep saying it until it's true.
Hey, look, I see us.
Skip ahead roughly 15 minutes to get to the ColdSteel review of things and stuff and things.
Yes. Do those things.
The stuff and things. Stuff those things.
I mean, if that's what you're into, I guess. Go ahead.
Don't judge me.
Sometimes. I mean, sometimes I am, right?
Well, I said don't.
Look,
So stop it. I said stop.
We've met.
Yeah, that's true. Judging gonna judge.
It's true. It's true. Yeah. It's had a couple things on the go. Paul and I went to Toronto's. I don't even know what else happened. There were some things that happened. I did something, maybe. That sounds familiar.
You did something?
What did I do?
I feel like one of these weeks was my fault at some point.
At least one of the weeks was my fault, and then we were in Toronto for one of them, and then it was Joe's fault.
Oh, I'm getting off scot-free here?
Well, no, Toronto. It's still us in Toronto.
No one gets off scot-free in Toronto.
It was also me technically in Toronto the week before as well.
Wait, so that means it was technically your fault, because if I had gone, I would have brought my laptop, and we probably would have been running it from Toronto. So everybody's at fault, really. It's all our fault.
What? Yeah. How am I at fault? How am I getting sucked under the bus here?
Hold on a second. This whole operation was your idea.
I'm gonna pull that handle. Get off this bus.
Oh God.
That's not the handle.
No.
So
why is it all the way up there?
Well, clang clang went the trolley. It's
ding 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 went the bell.
Exactly.
Think about it.
I'd really rather not.
Anyone new and fancy?
I can't remember if I showed this one last week that we had streamed or not.
Last week, a month ago.
Literally.
Yeah, exactly. But it hasn't really left my pocket, so I guess I can start off with the Spyderco Lava. Love this little bastard.
Are you in lava with it?
I think I might. Yeah, just a little bit. 2 things. Pivot got loose. Very simple fix. A nylon mallet and a wood support structure underneath. Can't even really tell the pin's placement any. Can't feel it. Just a couple taps and now it's tight and no side-to-side play. But I've been using this thing actually fairly hard. And Spyderco's VG10 continues to re-impress me. I love this stuff. This is fantastic. This is a model they should bring back with not heavy as shit stainless steel handles.
Joe, you disappoint me that you didn't wait until I was back in town, so I could take a not rubber mallet and something other than a piece of wood, maybe brick or a concrete cinder block or something on the backside.
I will not allow you to do to my Spyderco Lava what my grandfather did to his Buck 110.
Well, now it's generational. We have to do it.
You could do it to my Buck 110.
You didn't tell me this was tradition. Like,
Oh god, dude, with a ball peen hammer, the thing's fucked. It's great. It's great.
Was it the ball or the peen?
It was the ball.
Mm,
Yeah.
Trixie.
He tried. You see, he tried to peen it with the ball. It's not what you do. It's not what
No?
you want.
Now the ball's for spreading, no?
I mean, kinda.
crazy.
You can kinda planish with the peen end. It depends on what you're doing.
Touche.
Concentrates a lot of force in a very small area. So I look, if his accuracy was better, it would have been the right tool for the job. but
He
it
should have
wasn't.
just gone over the whole thing and just dimpled the whole thing.
It may not actually be a horrible look.
The hammered finish. You're gonna fossil it, a coma fossil.
There you go.
Yeah. Actually, might look kind of cool.
I've given Joe an idea. Now it is a tradition.
Paul, are you just gonna show off a Grimsmo in the woods again, or did you actually have something fancy to show people?
I've got something else fancy to show people.
Okay, I just had to ask because
It's nothing new.
It's still fancy though.
It's
You were with me in the woods. You know what I have.
Yeah.
The world's best corn shucker.
Oh yeah. I can let that one go. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know what you were taking pictures of. You brought excessive amounts of things.
Yeah, I brought some things.
Nice.
Yeah. I like to subvert your expectations,
Oh.
Dennis. Yeah.
That was bad.
You're welcome.
So
didn't leave much room for follow-up jokes, but
20 CV. Well, other than the mushrooms and
yeah,
being a fun guy.
Yeah, I am a fun guy. But yeah, this section here.
You just
gone.
Disappeared. Yeah, your whole world is just gone.
This right here. You just line that up on your corn cob and just push the corn off.
I see.
Yeah, it's delightful.
I've done similarly recently, but
that's a choice. All right.
It worked pretty great. Just fish that hook in and off you go.
Yeah,
great. It was a pain to clean.
In.
Sometimes you got to fish the hook in. It's a Spyderco kind of day, though. Apparently.
Yeah.
I'm gonna break that up a little bit. In multiple ways. Yeah.
Multiple ways. All right.
I didn't throw it in the river, Joe. It didn't happen.
Yeah, it stayed mostly dry.
Yeah.
You didn't have to test the corrosion resistance of the carbon fiber tie 20 CV combo.
I did not.
Speaking of good. Corrosion, no, still good. Okay. Yeah.
It's your turn.
Yeah. So actually, something that Paul didn't know for the weekend is one of the reasons my knife of choice this weekend was what it was actually because it was a bit of a tribute this weekend. Tom Brown Jr. passed recently. And so over the weekend I broke out the old Tom Brown. Haven't played with it I have, but I haven't bushcrafted properly in a couple years with it. So I took it out and made some killer feather sticks.
Heck yeah.
It excels at feather sticks. It really does.
Gotta say, there's a lot of feathers in that stick. Jeebus.
Yeah.
And delimbing. You were watching me take branches off that were over an inch in diameter, and I just walk up Karate Kid style, because you got to go wah before you chop a giant branch off a tree.
Yeah.
Of course.
Why wouldn't you?
I'm going to stab you, and then I'm going to burn you, piece of tree. This is how things are. Yeah. So.
Damn you, tree.
But also checking out the new rig of the little triple carry Boker made.
Oh yeah.
And I had the Buck 112, my ferro rod, and the Polaris MI7 with my nunchakus for a lanyard on it.
Nunchaku.
Very cool.
And yeah, it was a beautiful thing. That combination worked out great for me. The only thing I might change is I might try to find a folder that can strike that ferro rod a little better. Because we were playing with things, and the problem is that Paul owns a Trailmaster with 01. And once you spark 01, there's no going back. That was 3V?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
either
3V.
or. Yeah, either or. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That spine is 90 degrees.
Pretty
Yeah,
twisty.
so it globs the fire steels, whereas both the tracker, it was coated and it's been decoded. So I might do a bit of an acute grind on it to make it strike a little bit better somewhere, but or
Okay.
just look for a folder
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
something that would spark super good, and then have that already handy in the pouch, right? So
Question for you: does the Trailmaster have a exposed tab or an exposed like tang on the very butt end of the spine?
On the spine,
Like on the hand? Sorry, towards the butt end of the handle. Like, does it extend at all out?
it does not come out like
on
a
a
fall.
Trailmaster, no, it's just a
Okay.
rubber handle.
Oh, sorry, I was looking. Yeah, the tracker, not the Trailmaster.
The
other
tracker
big.
does on
Okay.
the backside, but
Yeah.
again, because it was black coated at one point in time, and the person that I bought it off of,
not enough to really make contact.
no, and I
either.
think I
Yeah.
found that out. I hadn't really ferro rodded it too crazy. But if I think I do something, I'll probably do it right on the very last notch, right here.
Yeah.
Or potentially right up at the tip.
Yeah, I
There.
wonder if you could even get away with just like a super fine diamond paddle, just bring it down.
Making it acute there. Type
Yeah.
of thing. I don't know. There's some options.
Indeed. Just a quick shout out, Dick Richards. What is up? What you carrying?
Hey.
Nick, you can join us.
The globs that come off that Trailmaster, though, I'm gonna wear through a 1/2-inch fucking ferro rod in like a couple years, cause, Jeebus, it's already changing shape.
It already pulls a lot off, huh?
For some reason, apparently Dennis is Tommy Lee Jones.
Well,
It's a shirt.
Well, no, Tommy Lee Jones, isn't that fucking what's his nuts from the Hunted or the Hunter?
Yeah, and the Hunted. It has nothing to do with the shirt.
It might have something to do with the shirt. Mostly the movie, but a little bit the shirt. Broken sculling it up. Yeah, that's a sweet knife.
But yes, Tom Brown, and yeah, like I said, the thing is a bit of a beast.
These guys. There's so that 112 that you have. Do they not make that particular version anymore? The slim with the S35 or whatever they used?
S30 on that guy, and yes, they do. And actually, it's now screwed construction, whereas mine is still the first gen one that came out that was pinned construction. But yes, they do still make this knife.
Very cool.
Why are you wondering?
Oh, just out of curiosity, I thought they had discontinued it for some reason.
Oh.
Specifically with the micarta handles. I know that they do the lightweight with the 420 high carbon, but
no, they do the slims with the plastic handles, and then the slim pros with micarta and S30.
Okay.
So the slim series is still very much a thing. Yeah,
that's one with like the big black thumb studs on it too, right?
I think that was the one with the aluminum handles.
That was titanium S45 limited edition, buck 110. But
there's
titanium
so many.
marbled carbon fiber, something. Dark side. Ontario trip, Dick, was awesome. Super busy, 14-hour days. Good lord.
Yeah. It was a flash.
Yeah.
But the burgers, bro. But the burgers.
Oh.
Yeah. Speaking of Dick Richards, if you have the chance to go to a place, shout out to Gladiator Burger. Oh my God. It was the same place we had last year, Joe. And
yeah. Good shit.
It was even better than last time.
Well, I'm happy for you.
Sorry, bud.
Hey, they still have the May Buck of the Month in stock with a bright orange blade. Isn't that neat? I
It's something.
wanted to say you are correct, Paul. They did have the big black thumb studs on that one. D2. Okay, cool.
That's not the thumb studs I'm thinking of, though. But
The big because the Ranger Sport was the one I was thinking of, but
super gross. Oh, those ones. Okay, yeah, no, that is the one. Yeah,
yeah,
Ranger Sport. Yeah,
but the Slim Pro TRX, yeah,
Trixie. It's the Slim Pro Trixie knife.
Mm,
you know, I'd probably take the pocket clip right off that thing and just put it in the back pocket.
who do I know that said exactly that? I might know a
Who
guy.
who doesn't have their clip on their knife? Although I will say, with this pouch, I wouldn't mind putting a clip back on to have some retention
Well,
sitting on the.
I'm specifically thinking for knives like up to this size. I forget the Bruin, I think, is the this old timer, but like this size knife up to this size, if it's a backlock, yeah, definitely get rid of the pocket clip, toss that thing in. Why not? But
All right, gentlemen, we're past our prime here.
yeah,
Probably literally,
yeah.
but anyway.
Hey man, not okay.
Hey, how's it going?
Forgot to say yours is cooler because you have the quick opening bar.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
got
it's
the
way
quick
cooler.
bar.
Yeah, that's way cooler.
There it is. There, much
Makes
better.
you more quicklier.
Quick clear.
It quickens a buck 112. That's for sure.
It quickens it for sure.
It's the inquickening.
Yes, exactly.
It makes it Bisquick.
Be quickened and be gone.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
hope we're done. No.
Oh yeah, probably. Email Buck and let them know it's September now. Oh, so Dick, Buck makes a bunch of knives each month, and if they don't sell, they just sit there until somebody buys them. So, yeah, it's definitely not me anymore, but that just means that particular run didn't sell out. So,
And sometimes they don't even offer them to Canadians, so they just sit there because they don't offer them to Canadians.
what do you mean sometimes? I don't think they'll let you direct order from Buck website. If you're Canadian.
No, I mean even Canadian suppliers. So like
Oh,
Cutting
yeah.
Edge, for instance. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been nice. That would have been cool.
If we can get some buck of the month, but
That
you
would be
can't.
neato.
Probably could have moved a few of those, but oh well, no big deal.
No,
Probably
Buck
true.
gets them.
Yeah.
That's
a
what
bitch.
Buck gets. Well, I wouldn't go that far. We sell Buck. Come on, slow your roll.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, let's not be
Reel that
hasty
one
here.
back in.
Trying to get a clip for my 112 on the house here. Butter up the Canadian rep, and you're calling him a bitch.
Okay, but I'm not asking for a clip, see?
Yeah, exactly. Paul says that sounds like a dentist problem.
Why you gotta play me like a clip bitch?
You know why.
Yeah,
I mean, you probably know.
I probably do actually know.
Yeah.
We've met. Anyway,
Yeah.
so ColdSteel products, you say?
Hell yeah. And not just any products, but the 60 series. Guys, what the fuck is the 60 series? Why is it called that?
You tell me. Why is it called that?
I refuse. I'm kidding. I don't refuse. I actually don't know. Um, nothing on their website talks about the 60 series. These
Because
knives.
if you saw these knives come out originally, you're in your 60s now.
I know some of the codes started with 6-0. I don't know what my original Tower started with. Oh, PS. Original Tower sitting right back there. That's the best one of the best one.
You better go get that Telvar at some point because that's a
we'll see what happens. 60 ST is what my original Talwar was.
Okay.
I thought there was something to do with product coding. Yeah. So if you looked at the new ones, for instance, the Caledonians, it would be 42 CLD. Good stuff. Way to go there, ColdSteel. Way to keep the 60 series alive.
Fuck.
It's 42 sealed. You guys suck, Mike. Anyway.
Oh.
Superb.
Okay. What about
Good
this?
job, guys.
Wait, the Spectre's 39?
Chef's kiss.
So it's not even the 40 series. What the hell? What's going on?
You'll never know.
Man. What?
I'm telling
Yeah.
you, it's because people that saw these knives come out originally are now in their 60s.
Yeah, it was hilarious the first time you said it, but now I actually want to. I want to know
that
why.
Old. F off, dude.
Did you watch them come out originally?
Yeah, they're right there. I sold them. Well, originally, when they were being sold in the catalogs, being sold.
Well, be younger. I don't know what to tell
these,
you.
Jesus Christ. So these were originally released.
Any tips on that one?
Was this early 2000s or was it late 90s for these guys? The original Spectre and the original Caledonian Edge. Speaking of which, I will try to bring up some photos, but
they're not that old. They're not that old at all, sir. Like, I want to say 2008.
Okay.
2010, somewhere in there.
Man. Okay. So the Caledonian Edge. Here is a picture of the Caledonian Edge. With its sweet polished, I want to say that was micarta or G10, but
they were polished micarta, I believe, but sometimes I get that wrong. This one.
It looks like my. It looks like my whatchamacallit.
Oh, whatchamacallit?
Yeah, whatchamacallit.
So this knife center claims micarta handles. I'm inclined to believe them.
Okay, I wanted to say polished micarta.
Yeah,
but then I want to say a lot of things that aren't true sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so they do stick with the titanium bolsters that the original had, but they've moved on to a much fancier material, much more premium, fancy material. Shred carbon fiber? Try to find the exact forged carbon fiber, right? So that's actually forged carbon fiber is something you can buy. Who's the company who made that? Damn, I actually bothered to look this up ahead of time and forgot to take notes. But you can buy it in larger quantities. The cool thing about this is there's no hardware on the exterior of these knives. At least
I thought that forged carbon fiber was forged in the depths of Mordor. I thought you were going to say that was the cool thing about it. And then he just jumps to hardware. He didn't even go dabble on the forged carbon fiber. And how the hell do you forge carbon fiber?
You forge it by hitting it with a hammer. Big air quotes for all that. I think this is just a fancier.
I got a whole bunch of carbon fiber I feel like forging lately. It's old, gross, drabby.
You hit it with a hammer, Joe?
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it.
He's making as much garbage up as I am right now, Paul. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Like I say, big air quotes for hitting it with a hammer. Yeah.
Oh, really? Like that's something
Is it pressed? Like, is it?
If I had to guess, it's probably shredded carbon fiber that's been. It looks like it's the same process that marbling is done for, marbled carbon fiber. I don't think this is that radically different, but I think forged carbon fiber specifically comes from one particular company in the States. I'm just drawing a blank of which company that is.
So it's a proprietary thing. It's like fat carbon fiber.
I was going to say it's not fat
ready
carbon
for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so exactly. So that's not like that. Yeah, exactly. That side dressing isn't something that was supplied by ColdSteel. It's supplied by the manufacturer for the knife.
He's big boned, okay.
The other big deviation here, speaking of big bones, blade steel. They moved away from the Sanmai 3 blade and towards 20 CV, and then they DLC'd the shit out of them. Yeah, black on black on black on black on black even.
I wonder how much money they saved not getting Hanzo's Sanmai.
I don't know how much money they saved.
Probably a bunch,
because this shit ain't cheap. the way it is
No.
right now. Yeah.
Well, no, but one slab of 20 CV is going to be cheaper than getting the San Mai stuff.
Yeah.
How expensive would these have been in San Mai?
That's kind of what I was about to bring up.
Depends on how much GSM wants to scalp people, I guess. It's
Well, yeah, we should probably briefly talk about price. If you hadn't noticed, 450 American for the Caledonian Edge. Jesus Christ, this is not a cheap knife. Oh, made in Taiwan.
well, we can actually do some specs if we want to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Overall, 9.25 inches, 3.5 inch blade, 20 CV. No, 4.25 inch blade. Sorry.
There you go.
Yeah, let's try that again. 5.4 ounces.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we got it. I think that's everything. Ambi clip. Nope. Go F yourself. No ambi clips.
I kind of
You-
just tossed all these guys up together, but do you have specs handy for the Spectres as well?
Yeah, I sure do. It is 8.75 overall with a 3.8 inch blade. 20 CV still, titanium, all the things. 3.1 ounces.
Yes.
They don't have blade thickness.
That's very funny because these blades are thick as shit.
Well, that was the next thing I was gonna, and they always were, especially the Spectres. They're like a hear me roar type of thing, right?
Yeah. So they don't say blade thickness in the spec section, but they do actually say it in the description. And they say at a sleek 3.8 millimeters thick. That's almost as thick as a Benchmade Adamas. Like, come on.
Sleek. Come on. Get sleek, bro.
Yeah, these things are little
sleeklier,
spikes.
you know.
Like, I think I have some spine-on pictures of one of these guys. Where the hell are you? It's not a spine picture. That's from the lock side, but you can see the thickness of there. Like, it's a pretty substantial blade. It's gonna be better illustrated from up here. Yeah, there it is. There's that chunky Caledonian blade. And how thick are the Spectres? Oh, dude. Absolutely. You know what? I'll actually do it this way.
So by any chance does...
Yeah, still 3.8 millimeters thick. Sorry, what was that?
Blade thickness, if we can try to track that down. I'm just curious about...
Yeah, it's 3.8.
3.8 mils thick? Okay.
For both. Yeah.
On both. Okay.
Yeah. At least according to the description here. They don't actually say anywhere here. Yeah. So they're pretty thick. I will say the Caledonian edge does get reduced to a relatively reasonable edge. The Spectres are they're pretty hearty blades for sure.
I mean, that bottom one with the bit of a talon, I mean, probably for some pretty specific intent, you know.
Yeah.
ColdSteel? No.
Well, yeah.
Oh, where's my black talon 2? It's in the other room. Damn it. Just pretend that this is a black talon 2. It's the same blade shape, but bigger, and mine isn't serrated. Yeah,
Joe needs more than one of those. So.
Oh, dude, I have 3 now. It's stupid.
I got 3 now. Show off.
I've seen better.
2 of them came together. But have you seen... Oh, no, technically I have 3. Or 4. What am I saying?
You have a harpy, too?
No, I don't. I don't have the harpy. This is... If I can get this out in a timely manner.
You got a salt series?
No, even sillier. Another reverse
Salt
S blade.
series is kind of silly.
What do you think? Does it fit in the family?
Well, kinda.
The cricket.
I mean, Paul just left the chat, so
yeah,
whatever.
Paul's gone.
Oh,
there you go. Yeah,
I'm back.
there you are. Hey, Paul, does this fit in with the matriarchs? The little
Yes.
matriarchs?
Absolutely, it does.
It's so dumb.
My
I love
dodo
it.
goes in there too.
Yes, absolutely, it does.
Yeah, there's a bunch of things that should go in there. And we should tie a weight to the bottom of that bag and drop it in the ocean.
The hawk-billed Spectre
Hurtful.
reminds me of this thing.
Little bit.
What's up, Infinite? He's doing the gaming.
Yeah.
Ah, the games. So, how'd y'all feel? Is there some internal skeletonizing on this thing anywhere?
Did I take pictures of such a thing?
I don't know.
I
I don't think I actually
This is the most
noticed.
passive-aggressive question ever.
Well, no. I mean, like actually, I don't remember if I took decent pictures of the inside or not. That's the fucking problem.
I don't think these have any skeletonizing.
I
If I
don't.
remember correctly. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they just leaned into the big beefy whatever. No, although I did manage to get a photo of how they are holding the carbon fiber in place from the show side. There's little screws that are fit flush mounted to the underside of the liner, and they hold the carbon fiber in. From what I'm assuming, they must have little captive bits.
Hang on a second.
You see the head on that screw?
What the F?
Emerson made some extra screws, so ColdSteel's like, hey, we'll take those off your hands.
Wow. It's a couple drywall screws left over from our remodel.
Hey, they DLC'd them, so...
Hey, good for you. I mean...
So they're harder to tell that they're cheap shit Phillips.
Drywall screws are also black-coated.
What the hell, man?
Yeah. So that's a little silly. Now, I will say there shouldn't really be much of a reason to ever take the covers off. The liners are DLC coated. They're not going to rust on you. They're not going to be worse for wear outside of like major damage. Like I don't know.
If you need to replace a barrel spacer for some reason, I have scratched barrel spacers before that I've gotten replaced. But
yeah, there is that, I suppose. I guess,
but even still, don't defend them for the goddamn price of this knife.
No,
put a goddamn torque in it and get.
I agree with that.
Like,
but you actually just now made me realize something that actually really pisses me off if it works the way I think it does. Does this mean that to disassemble this knife, if you wanted to take it thoroughly apart to like deep clean it, I have to take the clip off as well as the pivot? Like, how am I supposed to get those barrel spacers off on the one side? Like that doesn't work. That doesn't make any sense.
You have to full disassembles.
What the hell?
I assume that those stop pins or those back spacers are just like pins from either side.
Pressure fit.
Well, that's
and
okay for
one,
some
maybe.
of them.
Yeah, the back one.
There has to be at least one that's holding tension, otherwise the knife would just flop open, right? Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not in love with that, but I guess these things are collector's knives to begin with, so
they super glued them together. You're never supposed to take it apart.
Oh, see, I almost
don't say those silly things, Joe.
Yeah, don't.
But if there was a way to disassemble it, that if there was some gluing or epoxying, because like on the original, you have the hardware exposed from the top side down. You can disassemble it like any other regular folding knife.
Maybe you need to disassemble it with a right-angled screwdriver from the inside, Joe.
With the right-angled Phillips? Jesus Christ, you'd strip that fucker out the first time you tried to do anything with it.
It's a great idea. Don't worry about it.
You're making me sad and angry.
I'll get one from IKEA for you.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, they probably have one that fits too. I didn't really have a decent size comparison with the Caledonian Edge. I must have blanked on that. So here's one with the Spectre, but the Spectre is the same length as the Caledonian, roughly. A little shorter, not by much.
Like a half inch.
Yeah. So there's the Dragonfly. I actually really like the knife. Actually, all of them in hand, they feel good.
They
If
feel pretty good.
This thing
yeah,
has kind of got next tier up CEO vibe to it. And I think maybe that's why they made a drop pointy one, is to kind of even run in that category, but little more classy styles.
yeah,
Was the Spectre only a Hawkbill in the past?
Yes, the
that is
drop point
correct.
is
Yeah.
a new variation.
Cool.
They did not have the droppies.
And I imagine you're probably right on that.
Yeah. And
Makes
especially
sense.
in this platform and seeing what else is super popular out there right now makes sense. You probably wouldn't get many CEOs with the Hawkbill one nearly as much. Well, maybe some CEOs, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
but you'll definitely get
Mafia
more.
dons.
Yeah.
with this one, yeah. I mean, neither one of them have a pill crusher, so
So you're losing out. Yeah.
wow.
The
Yes,
Caledonian at
Cocaine.
yes, I'm
least
going back to CRKC.
I was I was gonna say the Caledonian at least has a nice little bowl on the either side of the bolster.
Just a little spoon action.
Just a bit, you know. Oh, that's what I forgot. In-hand shots. Well, okay, these are pretty simple ergonomics, but that groove on the pivot at the Caledonian edge, it does seat your thumb very nicely, very very nicely. Um, they've had a couple of fixed blades over the years that did a similar thing. Um, hmm. It wasn't the Secret Edge because that one's a little budgety
No,
guy
the
that you and I
Braveheart.
have. Braveheart, thank you. Yeah.
I don't think so. I wish they had done that one super classy fixed blade.
Oh, dude, polish micarta or like
Like how they did with the
oh
Pendleton.
carbon fiber handles. Yes.
No, like they did with the
Yeah.
Pendleton.
Oh.
And do a polished bolster.
Oh, is that?
And then,
Oh, yeah.
and
Is that
then,
not a thing anymore?
yeah,
The
I think the
Braveheart?
Braveheart's
Yeah.
still a thing. Blade
Oh,
has a
yeah?
Braveheart if you'd like to play with one.
Okay.
So
Oz 8?
anyway, yeah, probably. It's not
Okay.
good.
Oh, looks like the Braveheart's
No.
discontinued.
Joe.
Whoa, World War II Memorial Filipino Bolo. Is that a thing we knew about? What the hell?
Yeah, that's the thing we knew about. Look at the price.
Good lord.
You're gonna pay $300+ for a World War II bolo.
Yeah, sure.
With a snake face?
Really?
Oh,
Are
no.
you? Or are you just
No.
gonna wait till it goes on 75% off and pretend you're a gaucho?
Not
He's got
intentionally,
me again.
but yes.
Not intentionally. Play the long game on that one.
All right. Well, now I
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
find myself a vintage Braveheart. That's,
Yeah, they're kind of cool.
That's a goal.
They
Yeah.
pop up from time to time. They're not terribly expensive. I want to say for a while there, you could actually get knockoffs that were damn near the same as the originals. Like they may have been repackaging the design kind of thing.
Why don't you just get the M48 one, Paul? I mean, damn, dude.
They're basically the same thing.
Like same.
I think you answered your own question.
No, come on. I'll get it for you. How about
that? You buy it for me. I'll neck knife it for you.
No, I take it back.
Yeah, you're gonna hear me complain about my neck hurting for the rest of my life. I really like the little thumb dimple on the Caledonian edge.
It's nice. It's a good look. It's a good feel.
The good groove. Yeah, it's got a good groove.
It's pretty groovy.
Yeah.
And it hurts me internally because I would love to have that as an option between my little holdout and my big holdout. That'd be a great mid-size option if it wasn't so goddamn expensive.
On, man.
Maybe this will inspire them to re-release the 4-inch in an S35. I'd buy it. I'd spend my money.
And at this fantastic premium price, is this by any chance some sort of limited edition kind of thing?
No.
The answer's
no. No. I actually went through this recently. I think it was Cal who had stopped in, and yeah, no, this is
it's just a thing.
Just a thing.
It's just an expensive ass thing.
So here's
I mean, it's nice. Don't get me wrong. It's nice. But damn, dude.
It's quite nice. There is something that kind of cheeses me off about it, though. It's okay. We talked a little bit about the Sanmai version, the original one. I know that the blade steel isn't the only thing here. Yeah, there we go. Price ascending. So the cheapest Sanmai you can get from ColdSteel right now is 170 American for the Master Hunter with the VG10 type Sanmai 3.
Yeah.
Um,
SRK is not far behind it. They're all in that category, but yeah.
yeah, so like 170 at cheapest. Now that's for a larger slab of that material than you would need for a folder, but not by you know. But the rest of the build is essentially just injection mold and then very cheap sheath construction, inexpensive sheath construction, let's say. So I get it, the 3D machining required for the titanium and for the carbon fiber and getting everything nested properly. But I feel like they could have gotten away with a $300 price tag and been like, this is still specialty, this is still high end, this is still quite nice. But $450, damn. I can't help but wonder how much lower in price they could have gone, not even by changing materials, but by not DLCing anything, just doing the classic tuxedo look for everything.
I'm actually surprised it's made in Taiwan. I assumed at this price point that it was Italian made.
See, that was it. Yeah, I expected it to be the Italian factory, especially after hearing about the Magna Cut Recon.
Yeah,
but that, like you said, that is not the case. It's Taiwanese.
The original ones were Taiwan, I think, too.
No, Japan.
Are you right? Let's see now.
I'm reasonably sure.
I think you're right. Yeah, it's Japan.
Yeah.
I don't know. This one's misprinted on the blade. I don't know if it's actually accurate for it says on.
Yeah, maybe you can't trust it.
I don't trust this son of a bitch.
They forgot to put the word near. It's near Japan.
Near Japan, Japan adjacent.
Yeah.
Good God.
I'm just giving a great idea to a bunch of fraudulent makers out there.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah. We're supposed to put Neezy on it. It's Japanesey.
Yeah.
But anyway, yes. Original series tower.
Yeah.
Fun shit. The most polished blade. Hey, look, Joe,
it's
you
very
can
shiny.
see you drinking.
Excellent.
Paul, no one can see you. Oh, there you are.
Okay. It's just beard.
Oh, look, I can get Joe and Paul.
Hey, that's awful. Great.
That needs to be a screenshot of some sort.
Yeah. I love it when ColdSteel did their like hyper polished handles or bolsters. They used to do it all the time. It was such a cool touch. Like right now,
the good old days, Joe. Tell me about the good old days.
Well, it's not even so much the good old days. It's just the only company who's doing mirror polished anything with decent materials now, I think, is Artisan. They do a mirror polished.
Kunwu DLC mirror.
Yeah, but that's DLC mirror, and also Rockstead. They kind of did that from the beginning too. I guess. Okay, so there's one or two guys, but come on.
I was expecting you guys to be like, "Hey, Paul, shut up."
Give me that
$1,000 knife.
Well, that's just the thing, yeah.
But holding that exact knife in your hand, or I'm not going to go looking for it, but my XL Espada answers the question as to why they don't do that anymore.
Well,
I don't know about yours.
This one's reasonably sized.
No, mine scratches like crazy. Is what I meant.
So here's the thing. This is a hard coat anodize. I actually don't know what they did on the Espadas. I'd be curious to look that up.
I think it's just raw aluminum.
My blade is just polished to crap. Yeah.
The blade, yeah, 100%. It's the handles that I'm talking about on the Espada.
Yeah.
Not the the blade.
Mine has, because it's the titanium.
That would help.
It's a little more of a brushed, whereas they made the blade shine on that thing, right? Yeah.
The XL Espada is aluminum for the handles.
Do we actually know?
And it scratches like nuts.
So the ZDP Sanmai blades from Spyderco use 420 J2 for the jacket. Do we know what the jacket was on the old ColdSteel Sanmai stuff?
No, I think ColdSteel likes to take off their pants and jacket. So
Mm,
it's
that
Yeah,
does sound like them.
it does sound like Lynn. Yes.
how else are you properly supposed to do your Filipino footwork?
Is this weird to say that Lynn seems like the type of guy that owns like a tactical utility kilt?
No, no, that seems pretty on brand.
That tracks, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
The
Dedicated to
utility
spot a
kilt?
pocket.
Yeah, yeah. That's the one
Yeah.
he can tell you about.
Oh, there was a little photo I had in here of the display case for one of these guys. So, you are spending an arm and a leg for these things, but at least they give you like a chromed plastic backing for the inside of the fold out foam case.
Okay.
So that's nice. Dennis, why don't you show the fine folks at home your kick-ass case for your kick-ass knife?
So
That's way cooler. Yeah.
this metal box here, you see,
Yeah.
and oh look, the bubble wrap and the extra clip in case I ever wanted to go southpaw with that. I never changed the clip on that one. So
Yeah. Yeah. See, that's awesome. At least they're doing a bit of a callback to that. Yeah, I know packaging, whatever. But come on. Come on. Look how cool that is.
and it's the custom series.
Yeah. So again, I'm still not 100% sure why 60 series.
It's the
Um,
coding. It's 100% the coding. If you look at all of the original codes, they are all 60 something something dark side. Like the original Caledonian Edge was, I almost guarantee it. And the Black Sable was, and the, yeah. So,
CS 60 CE, definitely. Yeah, that's the code for the
yeah,
Caledonian badge.
100%. So,
Yeah.
49 CLD, same.
Curious if this. Oh, can I spell correctly? Oh, I can. I just can't space things correctly. There we go.
Oh, it wasn't 49. That's almost an SRK. 42 CLD. My mistake.
So, oh no, dude, you're totally right. So the Spectre is called a CS60 SF, so it's just the letters. So their custom series was always the S60C, and then I guess. Oh no, it's just the S60, and then the two letters following change depending on the model. Huh.
ColdSteel, CS, something, something. So
Yeah.
it's just the 60 series because my Talwar is a 60 ST.
Interesting. Right, the Black Sable. That's such a cool knife.
It's weird. I want a Hanamoto, but
Oh, let's look at the Hanamoto. Two ends? Did I fuck that up? Ah, well.
Hana, yeah,
Oh,
two. It should not have two ends.
oh, should not? Okay, then I did it correctly. Hooray.
Hanamoto. Sorry, my bad.
Oh.
I just was using the wrong word completely. That helps.
There. I like Knife Setter's website. CS60H. Okay, yeah, you're totally right. That is exactly what that's all about then. And that's funny that
See,
you want
I
the
know things.
Hanamoto. That's like the least decked out of all the knives that they did. It's got the peel ply G10, it's got the bead blasted aluminum bolsters and the satin finish on the blade. But
Yeah.
that's the one you'd like?
So one of the reasons the Caledonian was nice, the original Caledonian.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
But one of the reasons for this guy as well is it was like a little bit cheaper because it was just the G10. It wasn't as expensive as the rest of them.
Oh, I see.
And a lot more people actually beat them up. So the chance of you actually finding a good one nowadays is harder to find a
Interesting.
Hatamoto. They're actually harder to come by than anything else because they were the cheaper ones, the G10 ones that people actually put them in their pocket and beat up a whole bunch of them. So to find a Hatamoto that's actually in good shape is actually rarer. So
That is deeply funny. I enjoy that.
yeah, I do my research. Anyway, so
Yeah. Very cool.
um, can't remember. There was like six, I want to say.
I know there's the Caledonian, there's the Spectre, there's the Hatamoto, there's the Black Sable, and there's the Talwar. There might have
Jazz
been
hands.
yeah. There might have been another one. Oh, right. It was the the civilian blade. Crap. Was it just
Oh,
the Black Talon? It was just
with
the
a
original.
hole.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they made a custom series Black Talon with a Spidey hole that was kind of like a teardroppy, not fun to put your finger in hole.
Like a bird dives hole.
A little. Yeah, kind of a fucked up weird little
Ovally.
rhombic. Yeah.
There you go. With an extra hook on the front.
Jeebus, and that's not a reverse S. That's like a
It doesn't come
it's like a
back up.
3.
It just it's a it
Well,
doesn't come back up for the S.
there's the sharpening choil, right? Then there's the curve in, then down, then up, and then down again, and all the way down to the point. That's some scary shit.
But look at
Back of that tip looks sharpened.
almost, but
Yeah.
look at it close, man.
It's like carrying a spider co in your pocket.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was 6. Good job. Good job. Go team.
That thing's balling.
Yeah, they're all, honestly the entire collection is pretty goddamn cool. That Black Sable's just all kinds of fucked up though. I really like the look of that thing.
So weird.
You look at that and you go, "I like your ergos." Really?
The which one? The
I like the cut of your jib.
oh
Your
the
Black Sable.
the Black Sable. Yeah, that thing would be comfy as hell in hand. Hell yeah.
You're nuts. That thing.
Dude, it's just a slightly, if you look at the handle, it's only a slightly more accentuated Crooked River. And everyone's going to hate me because it also is very similar to a ritual. Except, not white. Not
Yeah.
white.
No,
Make the jokes as you will.
It's a crooked ritual
Yeah,
There you
well,
go.
we know
There
a
you
couple
go.
of those.
or a ritual river.
Ritual River. Yeah.
Mm.
I just had to pop them all up here just to have the pictures. Yeah, you probably got the most aesthetically pleasing out of the bunch, though. I mean, the Caledonian Edge is pretty goddamn cool, but
This thing also waves off your pocket because it's got the thumb plate. Mine is the only one that does.
oh yeah, they're all pretty cool though.
It's all right. I've seen better.
So the one we're actually reviewing, and I suppose the Spectres as well. I actually don't really have too many complaints about them as far as being like functional cutting tools. They're kind of thick at the spine, kind of thick behind the edge, but I mean,
Paul and I were playing with some drop point Spectres and some Hawkbill Spectres and some Caledonians, and by that I mean the knives we're talking about tonight. And Paul might have some thoughts on action.
mm-hmm.
Might I?
Well, I don't know. We were doing some finger flickies and some thumb stud flickies with all of them.
Flicking is trying to Spidey flick with your left hand, any of them.
Oh, single-sided thumb studs, yeah.
Yeah, the dumb hand was not up for it.
Right.
But
I thought you were going to bitch about the Teflon washers that I couldn't get a good photo of.
No.
We were curious about the Teflon, if there was Teflon and bronze.
I thought it almost looked like they were double downed. And ColdSteel has done that in the past where they used Teflon and bronze together.
It looked to me, at least as far as I could tell, that they were just Teflon on both sides. I couldn't get a good photo with light reflecting back out.
No, I'm not talking about on both sides. I'm talking about on each side, one Teflon and one bronze.
Oh, per side. Oh,
per side. And ColdSteel has done that before, where they've double washered.
It might be, and just hidden enough that you couldn't see
have the washers being played against each other for the action instead of the stainless steel DLC liner that it's sitting on.
Right.
Have bronze washers.
Almost thick enough to be, what's it called? Bearing races. It felt like when I was looking at them.
And that's kind of what I wasn't sure about. The centering, Okay, here's one actual complaint about these things. They're T6s for the pivots. I had to tighten these slightly, and the only reason I felt comfortable doing that was because you did get full engagement for the entire length of the basically the whole tooth of the bit, if that makes sense for the T6. Like it seats pretty good, but the size of those screws, you easily could have done a T8, and then I wouldn't have to worry about it at all. So there's that.
Well, I mean, they could have just made it universal and put Phillips all the way across. It's why not, right? Like,
I'm leaving. Goodbye.
I would almost say that I'd prefer it, except that's literally not the case. Yeah.
We're being asked by Jose in chat what those scales are made out of, and they are carbon fiber and titanium.
Yes.
Specifically forged carbon fiber.
Yes.
Which is basically just chipboard, but carbon fiber.
I mean, it looks pretty good, but yeah.
I say it like I don't enjoy shred.
Looks fancy. As long as there's no voids, I don't care. Yeah.
It looked pretty good to my eye. Although there were some close-ups. We can take a look here just for quick spot checks, but yeah, I mean, everything looks pretty tight.
And yeah, science indeed.
There's a couple
this is a
spots
great
here.
picture right here.
Oh, I may have gone too far. Yeah.
No. Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Am I back? Is it the right one now?
No.
This is the one.
That's the one.
Yeah.
I do like the lock engagement interface. Reminds me a lot of their Tylite.
That's because it is a Tylite.
I was going to say, by reminds you a lot of your Tylite, you mean, hey, look, it's a Tylite liner.
Yeah, but with the access that this actually gives you, it works really well on this type. Super comfortable.
It does. It does.
It's a... What's the opposite of a complaint?
Compliment?
Yeah,
I guess.
It's one of those, I guess.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah. Get complimented, bitch.
So we were talking about left-handed Spidey flicking because the one thumb stud, but I actually put it over into my right hand as well and was thumb stud flicking it as well. And I will say, even that was a little tricky for me. And yes, it was my offhand, but I think like hand and finger placement actually does matter on these knives as far as where it wants to swing in pendulum. I was getting the Caledonian like further back on the thumb stud or on the entire handle further than I should be, and almost pushing it forward, and it would swing. But if you're actually on it and you're trying to go out, the detent was a biatch to try to get past, right? Like it's
Yeah, I that is true. There was a particular angle that worked really well for these knives, but if you were outside of that angle, yeah, not ideal.
Was like, oh, this thing is just try like the detent, and I mean, whatever, props to the detent, but it means you do have to be somewhat proper hand position to get it to fire the best ease.
Would you say you found the Spectres to be easier to flick open than the Caledonian?
No, other way around.
Yeah, that's fair. Because I would have expected the Spectres to be a bit easier just because of the, the similar placement of the thumb stud on the Tylite, which is, I think, pretty straightforward. If not a little rough on the thumb, it's still a very straightforward motion.
The Caledonian, though, for me, in my right hand, popped nicely off my thumb.
Yeah, with the thumb stud so far over relative to the center line of the pivot, it definitely helped.
Yeah.
I think part of it for me is the actual hand placement on the handle as well, and being able to like comfortably grip. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not short blades. That's that's true.
Yeah, the handle's so long that it gives you the option of having a bad placement, where so many other knives, the handles are short enough that you can't be kind of misplaced without being half off the knife.
They really only put your hand in one place to open it in the first place. Yeah.
And Jose saying, so each one of those scales cost $100 minimum. American.
Yeah, more or less.
It's $450 American.
$450 for the
So-
Caledonian. I forget what the price of the Spectre. $300. Okay.
American.
Yeah, so $150 more for the Caledonian. I'm not 100% convinced about that. I know that. Okay, so the blade stock is going to have to be about double to make the Caledonian. That's probably why. But
but there
Is it not
was
the cuppies in the thumb?
maybe there was a pretty healthy variance between the original 6 though too, like a couple $100 in some situations.
well, looking
Like
at the difference in the materials and the application made sense for sure.
From anywhere between 350 and 5 type of thing for the original ones.
Okay.
I believe. Yeah, like
yeah, unfortunately, I'd have to dig through their website to find prices on Knife Center because that stuff is hidden right now. But okay, so this isn't a limited series. I will say the application of DLC is quite good. Quite good to very good. I don't know that I've seen many companies do much better with the DLC coverage outside of actually the Kunwu that you have on Way. That might be the only other company that's like, wow, you guys like went for it. Do you think it justifies the price though? Like all the finishing elements here. Keeping in mind, out of Taiwan, the same place where Spyderco is getting away with charging, an arm and a leg for not different knives, really.
So it's almost it's the pricing and the scale of pricing. It's almost like we talk about bug out pricing type of thing. And if they're now getting away with pushing aluminum handles with S35 on whatever the new Engage lock, blah blah blah, and like all the recon for $300, it's still just G10. It happens to have magna cut in it, type of thing, right? Like it's all of a sudden you're putting all this work in. That 450 is on that curve of if our knives are selling at this price point for these materials here, if we're bumping this and bumping this and bumping this, then the price point's got to be reflective of it, right? So I don't know. Do I agree with it? No. Don't agree with bug out pricing either, but it's a real world thing.
Yeah. I do feel like the price is closer to reality with the Hawkbill Spectre. 300 American doesn't feel like I'm getting my face ripped off as badly, just given all the elements that are here.
If the Caledonian was 350 to this is 300, I wouldn't feel bad about that. Even like 380, I'd be like, okay, it's a bigger knife.
Yeah.
But when they set you up for a Black Sable and Talwar at 500,
yeah, but
then you've got varied pricing just like the old ones used to.
They better mirror polish the black DLC on that Talwar, or I'm going to be real sad about it.
Of course they're not. What do you think this is? A Chinese company using Elmex? Come on.
I hope so.
What? I hope so. Yeah, shit.
Wait, what knife are we reviewing?
I will say that I heard somewhere, and I'm feeling bad, maybe one of you will remember, but there was a video, I'm pretty sure, where the spokesperson was saying that ColdSteel was going to be moving away from the full DLC in future. The first year that they're doing this, it's going to be the DLC parts, the dark carbon fiber, all that. But going forward, they're going back to the polished blades. So I see that as an absolute win. I don't know if that means the price is going to be any lower, because if you look at the grinds that are being done on the Talwar and on the Black Sable in particular, those two, they got some funky blades.
I just heard that there might be a chance that I can get a tuxedo version of the Caledonian.
I don't know if they're going to re-release it, though, is the thing. They may just continue making it with the DLC variant.
But I heard a maybe, and that maybe will keep me alive, because I like that a lot.
Yeah, the tuxedo.
And I'd pay stupid amounts of money for that.
You know what's going to happen is every time we talk about something that's not possible, I'm just going to say to Paul, but maybe.
You don't know.
Also,
just to torment him, but maybe.
here's a kind of off.
Fucking butt maybes.
Well, don't do that. Question for you, Dennis. Caledonian Edge. I'm seeing pictures with a Phillips screw holding the thumb stud in place from the opposite side, and it sure doesn't look like there's a ton of room left over, but there might be enough for a second thumb stud. And then I'm seeing pictures of the Caledonian Edge with the thumb stud on the left-hand side.
Dual.
Did they ever swap to a lefty compatible?
Because that looks like a dual thumb stud.
Yeah, the knife center photo definitely looks like a dual. It very much looks like the 8015 and 8010s where they have like the slot.
And where was the one with the Phillips?
Blade HQ, but then the handle also looks different here. Now that I'm looking at it, it looks like it's got this white sort of weird.
This is a carbon fibery. This is.
They claim it's micarta.
I don't know what that knife is.
Wait, blade material Damascus? Hold on a second. Did Blade HQ just make a bunch of shit up about a knife and then Photoshop in a strange...
It's out of stock, man. Don't worry about it.
Oh, recently acquired from a collection. Is this a knockoff Caledonian Edge that Blade HQ was selling as a legitimate product? Okay.
That'd be really funny.
Don't worry about it.
There's more screws here than...
That doesn't look like a good knife.
Nor a Damascus blade, if I'm being honest.
I'm gonna ignore the Blade HQ listing as we go forward on this because it's a little weird. Okay, so ColdSteel does actually have historical copies of their catalogs.
Well, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure dual thumb studs sounds familiar when I'm thinking about playing with it.
Hey, look, a catalog from 2010.
Hey, look, 2010. What did I say? 2008 to 2010?
Like, yeah, something like that. You definitely said something like that.
I think those were the numbers I said.
Well, numbers were said.
It's like when you first started in the shop.
Oh, hey, that looks familiar.
Yeah. In and around.
Oh, the triple action. Just gib. Okay, so the Hatamoto, no dual side. Oh, but the Caledonian Edge, that sure looks like a... Can I zoom?
Sure is.
Yeah, that sure is a little double-sided thumb lug. That's cool. Okay. Why the fuck didn't they do that with the new one? Maybe the very first iteration of the Caledonian. I'm not sure whether they got rid of it or whether they introduced it and then discoed the knife.
Well, you see, in tribute to the Damascus one that had the Phillips screw on the back of the thumb stud, they did hidden Phillip ones on the inside of the handle as like this little to the one no one knows about. Why you gotta stop on the Urban Dart with the antler handle? Do you know what those effing go for nowadays?
I know someone who has one. I know
you do.
Who's that person?
No one in town, sadly.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can we rob them of it and keep it for ourselves?
I mean, maybe.
I didn't hear a no. We'll take this conversation offline. It's fine.
Anyway, I'm scrolling through stuff that doesn't matter anymore for our purposes of our conversation. But anyway,
it's making me dizzy.
Yeah, I'll stop eventually.
Ooh, a Taipan.
Don't worry about it.
That's a baby knife.
Anyhow. Oh. Everything's blue. I don't know what I did. All right.
Oh,
wow,
blue screen.
That's fancy. ColdSteel doesn't like you doing that.
No, they really didn't. Oh.
So anyway, yes, custom series 60 series. Now we all know we've cracked the code. It wasn't a code. It was just.
It was a code.
It
really.
was literally code.
And that was the only thing it was a code. Now it's not even that. The Spectres 39 series.
We thought about it way too hard. Yeah, it's not even the 39 series. Oh, what the fuck? Well, okay, Caledonian's the 42. And Spectre's 39. Wait, are both Spectres 39?
I believe so.
I'd be a little sad if. Okay, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, they are. Sweet. Good stuff. Excellent. At least they could be somewhat consistent with their inconsistencies.
Yeah, 39 Spectre Hawkbill and 39 Spectre drop point for the codes. Right?
Yeah.
SDP. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting.
Schnito.
I gotta say, these knives are
Schnoodles.
just specters of their former selves. Ta-da! Okay,
So
I don't want
yeah.
to be too. I don't want to be too salty about it, but if you're gonna do like a cool revamped series, maybe do it San Mai, but just change the core steel. It's gonna charge me that kind of money.
No, but you don't understand. We're gonna do the remix, but GSM styles.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
I didn't mean it for that to sound as sad as it did, but I guess that's how I feel. Fuck.
So, thoughts, feelings, scores, any other things we need to talk about?
I'm gonna give it 60 out of 100.
Oh yeah, because of the 60 series.
And 6 out of 10 feels about right.
I see. I see.
There are things. There are thoughts and feelings.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of any other last minute complaints about these guys, but I mean, build quality is pretty decent. Material choice is fine. I like the finishing.
I'm gonna be honest, I've been looking at the Braveheart for the last few minutes.
Of course you have.
I need one. In fact, 2. Maybe even 3.
I'm just gonna find you fancier skin dues to look at.
Alright. You can do that.
I probably won't.
Gonna scout carry. And by scout carry I mean up front. Braveheart in each hand. Connect the sheaths. And then one around the neck. I'm there.
Yeah. Hey, we didn't talk about how the Spectre drop point and the Spectre Hawkbill have different Ricasso areas, and how that's super strange.
Your Ricasso area.
Why?
You know.
Why is it different? It's the same handle.
That's a good question. It's a good question. Actually, it's because of when they're grinding the Hawkbill. The flat Ricasso area on the drop point one might get in the way as they're coming off the edge of the belt, and they might score it up a little bit. So if they did that cut right there, all of a sudden it's not coming off the belt.
Interesting. The original does have that slant, so yeah, all right.
That's the only thing I could think of is grinding.
Yeah, that's fair.
I was gonna give them 66%.
All right.
Because
the number of the beast.
Well, it's the 60 series. So in theory, these would make 180. But their new codes actually only add up to 120, which is 66% from 180.
I see.
Yeah. So that's what you get. They're missing 33% of their codes.
Well, and I feel like that also kind of takes into account the fact that, we like the originals better. A little bit. By maybe up to a third.
Probably more.
Touche.
Let me be clear. I don't
33%.
Well, I shouldn't say I don't care, but I wouldn't care if they did these out of Oz 10 and mirror polish them for the blades. Come on. Give me that tuxedo look back.
I want the tuxedo look.
Yeah. I'll follow with your number games, guys. I guess I'm going to have to give these a 2.5 out of 6. There's 6 original models. They redid 2 of them. Well, 2.5. You get a new blade shape. But that's all
You get a new blade shape, and you get a new blade shape.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You get a new blade shape, bruh.
So, before we leave, what exactly is a Caledonian?
Obviously, it's some sort of Scotsman.
Yeah, but I neglected to even think about that.
There is Caledonia
Hmm.
was a place once.
Oh. The Latin name used by the Roman Empire to refer to the part of Scotland that lies north of the River Forth, which includes most of the land area of Scotland. Okay.
There you go.
There you go.
There you
They
go.
were the Caledonians.
Very cool. It certainly is the Caledonian Edge.
Yeah.
You realize
And
that if
there's
cutting
also
edge.
a racing bicycle company called Caledonia.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's the worst drive-by ever.
Just full highway speeds on a
Caledonian,
bicycle.
the Caledonia in Caledonia.
By Caledonian.
By a Caledonian
Just
to
cleave you in half.
Caledonians. It's a FUBU situation.
Oh. Absolutely right, Fubart. Well,
Indeed.
I think that wraps us up for these guys.
It does.
Unless we're going to talk about New Caledonia, which is in Australia.
Let's not. Tis a silly place.
It's full of kangaroos and violent animals. Even the devil.
Look, even the bees don't make sense there. Just
the bees. Don't look up Australian bees.
Cool.
Yeah, don't do it. Do it. I dare you. I triple dog dare you.
I probably won't.
Yeah, it's for the best.
Yeah, it's a tryptophobia nightmare. If we're done talking about these caniffs, we could just end by showing pretty pictures of camping and then go away. Unless we have other things we want to talk about.
I am somewhat okay with that. I'm somewhat okay with that.
As somebody who apparently is just a sleepy little guy, yeah, I'll agree to that.
Did you call yourself Sleepy?
Yeah, that's how sleepy I am.
I hate it.
Yeah, I thought you would.
Sleepy G. It's good old Sleepy G.
So I got pictures.
We knew him well.
I got pictures from both of y'all.
Maybe you did. You did.
Yeah. Should I just go through them one by one, slideshow style, and then you tell me stories about them?
We'll tell you about them as we go.
Sick.
We can do that. Stop trying to control me.
Well, I mean, okay. Here's a bunch of mushrooms.
Here's a bunch of mushrooms.
Oh, but like literally, what are these little guys?
I was way behind on the stream. Those are little mushrooms, and I spent a bit of the weekend taking pictures of little mushroom guys because it was kind of moist out when we went out,
right?
And the mushrooms were out in full effect. So this is taken with my cell phone.
Very nice.
Yeah, they're just little guys. They're little squishy little fellas.
Just a bunch of little guys.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's the fault of. Oh no, I know exactly whose fault it is. Mushrooms always look kind of cute to me, especially these ones. I was gonna blame Super Mario as a good millennial, but no, I think it actually goes back to Fantasia. If you remember those dancing mushrooms in that little sequence.
I don't.
You haven't seen? Oh, well, okay. Maybe you have seen it. Just it's been so long you've forgotten. But
it's yes.
There's a scene in Fantasia where these little mushrooms are dancing around, running around. There's like a little. It's adorable.
I remember Mops dancing about.
Yeah, that did.
Movie.
That did happen at a later point in that same movie. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. That's all you get from me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, little mushroom guys.
Yeah,
Good
just a
times.
couple.
Good times. Let's continue on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On to the next one.
So here's another one, which will take an inordinate amount of time to load for you because you're behind again. Or not.
Hey, look, it's the sky. It was
It's a
pink.
sky and a bunch of trees.
It was
Yeah.
kind of pink. Wasn't the most pink, but it was kind of pink.
No,
And then-
I realized when I was sending these pictures that I didn't go in and fraudulently change the saturation.
Ah, good for you.
I was gonna.
Hey, don't you do it.
I'm gonna do it when I put them up on Instagram.
Of course you would, you bastard. You probably just could use the Instagram filters too, aren't you?
Nah, no. I'll edit them and then put them up as a reel
I see.
with
Gotta
some
use
real
those
sappy
reels.
music.
Get some real engagement that way. Yeah.
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 I really will.
Oh, hey, look, is this more fungus?
Is this the weird brain?
Yeah, it's a brain.
Yeah, it's a weird fungus.
In the brain, part of the brain.
I
looked like some coral. Yeah.
Yeah, it did look a little corally. You can like zoom in on that guy, and it's just fractals all the way in.
Ah, it looks like teeth.
Yeah. Is that yelling child next door that's being real annoying?
Oh, it's okay. I can't hear it.
Okay, good.
So no one else on stream can hear it, which is great.
Good.
We're good. We're good.
All right. Next. Oh, hey, look.
Headphones on.
There's so many mushrooms. There's these couple cute flat boys.
Yeah, they were friends.
Yeah,
They were just buddies,
They're just
mushing them out.
trying
I
their best.
want to say those are called bolettes.
Edible?
But
I believe
not,
bullets are.
Yeah, not great when they're young. They're okay, I think. But yeah.
Ooh, getting into some nighttime shots here.
Well, there's one around the fire.
That's the one, yeah. So I noticed you have like a little somebody's thermos sitting there.
That's Dennis's pot/coffee press.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think we had boiling water and some sort of either ribs or noodles or something that we were reheating
I think that's the second round of noodles, to be honest with you.
around the fire.
Nice.
We made a terrible decision.
And then if you look to the left with that same zoomed in and just keep scrolling there, Joe, you might see.
Well, there's ribs behind there.
Is it in the fire?
No. In the fire picture itself, but I don't think you can see it through here. We actually did dig out a side oxygen intake for the fire, so an underground.
You can see where it would be. It's between between the flames and the rock that's standing vertically just to the right of the flames in the back. There's a hole right in there.
Okay. Cool. Very nice.
That really helped keep the smoke down and
Old Tom Brownie styles.
Yeah.
we tomed that brown for sure. We did.
And then here's a couple of nighttime sky photos with some trees nicely lit.
Yeah. These trees are only being lit by the campfire. That's probably, I don't know. Where's your hammock from the fire, Dennis? 30 feet? 40 feet?
Yeah, 40 feet away.
So yeah, thereabouts.
And these are all, you can just scroll through these fairly quickly because they're all
Yeah.
similar things.
Just longer exposure on these guys to get the color.
Just different, yeah. Different exposure times.
Color might have
Anywhere
been
between-
someone flashing a flashlight up in the sky.
Yeah, a little bit. Devin mucking around.
That's too funny.
Yeah. Lots of friggin' stars out. More stars in these pictures than you could see with the naked eye.
Yeah. Well, especially with the fire going.
Oh,
That
yeah.
looks pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty dense. That's cool.
And then that is close to the fire.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
probably 10 or 15 feet away.
And then last but not least, from the photos you sent, it's the little guy.
My little frog buddy.
He's just a little guy.
I caught him today. It's the only thing I caught all weekend.
Those were kicking around kind of all over the little river. That we saw half a dozen throughout the
That's
weekend.
awesome.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, when I first picked him up, I thought he was not doing too well. He was kind of swimming, kind of almost upside down a little bit, caught in an eddy. And I was like, you're mine now. Named him Pedro, kept him for maybe 10 minutes, and then put him back.
There you go.
And yeah, it might have been the only thing that Paul caught, but some of us had a little more success. So.
Yeah, well, some of us took a 4-hour nap instead of fishing. So
yeah,
neither sound like the wrong option. Just putting that
I feel
there.
pretty good about it.
I mean, the only photo I sent Joe for camping lets you know how I feel about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Nope, mushrooms again, and a froggy.
There we go. Yeah, that's some clear looking water.
So I'm pretty sure I made the right choice. I don't know. It's a bit of a chubby little bastard.
It's a good fish. There was so many fish rising in that spot.
Yeah.
For like a while.
Although, getting them to actually take your lure, we sat there. Jordan caught one, I caught one, and we sat there for probably about another 2 hours watching them rise, not taking our lures. Then we went back today to that same spot, watched them rise more, and not take our lures. So it was, yeah.
So
very fun, but a little frustrated going like, I can see you. Why won't you just take my damn lure? Type of, yeah. So
you're not allowed to fish with a net, hey? Like to actually like scoop out of the water?
netting? No.
And it was too far away to. And there wasn't like a pool of like school of them hanging out where you could just net them up. They would just dart up to the surface.
Yeah. Rushing water. There was rocks with water going over it, a little bit of rapid stuff, and then some pools, and then more rapidy stuff, and blah, blah, blah. And in those pools, you'd see one come up and splash up and come back down again. Yeah.
I see.
But good times. Good times.
Yeah.
So,
some good shit.
It was a blast. Glad to get it a third trip in this year.
Yeah, no doubt.
And both times we were allowed to fish, I walked away with a fish. So had a good season. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for all the sharing the photos, guys. That was awesome to see.
Absolutely.
All right. Since we were running away to the mountains, we're all tired sons of bitches, and so we're gonna call this stream a little early tonight. I think is the plan.
It's 8:42. I don't know that it's early.
Well,
yeah.
The hell with them. We're going to bed.
So, thank you to the Cutting Edge Cutlery Co. for bringing in some of the fancy ColdSteel stuff. I know it is a throwback to the old school stuff, so I'm sure there's guys out there that are definitely in the collectible realm for these bad boys. So thanks for bringing them in so we can play show and tell.
Even if these aren't the exact ones that I would want, it feels like it's cool that they're making them again. On that note, though, thanks to our Instagram followers who continue to baffle and surprise me by following us and liking stuff that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I haven't posted in forever, but we're beating that algorithm to death.
Yeah, one non-step at a time. Thank you to anyone who's subscribed to Patreon, past, present, future, blah, blah, blah. We really appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying all of the send outs we gave to you guys. Just a thank you for the continued support year after year after we're being silly assholes on YouTube. So, yeah, thanks again to you guys.
Indeed.
Yeah. That's it. I think that's everyone. We got it. We got it covered. I think we're actually back again next week, too. Look at that.
I believe so.
Ah, convenient.
Very
convenient.
Are we here the week after that?
I don't know. There's Edmonton. There's a comic expo coming up.
That's
third weekend. So I think we got 2 more weeks before we're good. So those were words. Come on. I think we have at least 2 more weeks in us before things might get hinky. So,
Yeah.
Hanky danky.
But we shall see.
Indeed.
all right, guys. Thanks for joining us. We will see you all here back again next week. I am who I am. I'm Dennis Vipers.
I am there, and Joe.
I'm exile.ca.
Thanks again for joining us, guys. Take care, and we'll see you next time.
Toodaloo.
Toodles, oodles, zoodles.
Poodles.